following is a Strasser video production from the Selinsgrove Speedway. Welcome, race fans, to another edition of sprint car racing here at the Selinsgrove Speedway. Of course, we also have the limited late models, the late models, the street stockers, and the URC cars in here for another special appearance here at the Selinsgrove Speedway. I'm Johnny Strasser. Joining me here in the tower tonight will be Tom Landis. Last time we were here, Randy was with me here in the tower, but tonight Tom filling in very nicely, and looks like a super field of cars, Tom. Over 100 cars here in the pit area.
About the only way I can describe this, John, this is probably one of the finest fields of race cars that I've ever seen at any racetrack. A stellar field of sprint cars. Everybody that is anybody is here, and some people that, some sprint cars that I haven't seen that I'm not even familiar with. Giant field of the cars that run around here and the URC cars. We're going to see a good race here tonight from atop the pizza stand.
Okay, right now we have the first sprint car heat on the Speedway. We'll go down over the lineup very quickly. Jimmy Schaefer's on the pole. Alongside him's Dave Corson. Then it's Greg Lamy, Joey Borich, and Jerry Stone.
And then Jim Nace, Charlie Lester, Dave Reichert, Dave Kelly, Tom Weiner, Frankie Kerr, and Craig Rankin. As I said, John, some cars in there that I'm not familiar with.
Well, a lot of them probably Selinsgrove regulars, and there's no other track running that I know of. I don't know if Lincoln's running or not tonight, Tom.
Okay, John, here we go. Heat number one, lap number one. Jimmy Schaefer in the lead. Joey Borich right behind him. Borich looking down inside. Borich pulls away up the backstretch off the second turn, John.
Joey Borich in the lead as they head through turns 3 and 4. Greg Lamy runs in that third spot, and Jimmy Nace coming strong on the outside.
Nace really hot this week, picking up the win at the Grove last night. As we watch the field down into turn 1, there we pick up the battle for second place between Jerry Stone, Jimmy Schaefer, and Jimmy Nace as we go down to follow them down the backstretch into turn 3.
Out in front, it's Joey Borich in that number 17. He did a good job the last time we were here, Labor Day night at Selinsgrove Speedway. He was running strong, so was Jerry Stone. They're both back up front again here tonight. Jimmy Schaefer out of Harrisburg continues to run in that third spot, but here comes Jimmy Nace on the inside as they head down the backstretch now.
And there we see a shot of the field as they go down into turn 3. We pick up the battle between Jim Nace and Jimmy Schaefer off of turn 4. There we see the second place car of Jerry Stone as we follow Jim Nace down into turn 1. Big interval between those first 3 cars right now, John. The battle's really for 4th spot at this point.
A lot of racetrack, as you say, Tom, between the first 3. It looks like Jerry Stone may be closing it up a little bit on Joey Borich, but Borich still comfortably out in front.
Absolutely. As we watch the rest of the field, we pick them up as we go down into turn 1 once again. There we can see that interval between those 3 cars as we see that battle for 4th place between Greg Lamy and Dave Kelly. Kelly not seeming to come on too hard in this heat race here tonight, John.
Not so far, but he does have more than one race car here tonight to worry about, Tom. And, you know, anytime you have 3 or 4 cars in the pit area, it's got to be tough. You know, Kelly is doing respectable, but he has not yet made his presence known up front.
That's right. As we go by the halfway point of the race, Jerry Stone is definitely closing in on Borich now as we watch him down the front stretch there, John. That interval's closing up. We're going to see a race for the lead here in about another lap.
Jerry Stone beginning to reel in Joey Borich in that number 17 down the backstretch. Jimmy Nace continues to run in that third spot. They've actually run off from your 4th place running Greg Lamy.
That's right. Stone really seems to be closing it up going into the turns. It seems Borich has the power down the straight, but Stone's catching him going into the turns as we watch a battle off the second turn and down the backstretch.
Dave Kelly continues to run in that 5th spot right behind Greg Lamy. Right behind Kelly is the number 54 of Frankie Kerr. Here they come off turn number 4. 2 laps to go on your leader, Joey Borich.
Stone really got it closed up. Now some sparks coming off of Borich's car. Stone going to try the outside groove down the backstretch, John. This is going to be an interesting last 2 laps anyhow.
Well, you got that right, Tom. Here we go. Off turn number 4, Jerry Stone stalking the number 17 of Joey Borich as they come down the front stretch. It's going to be a tight one as they head into turn number 1 now.
Stone on the outside, Borich on the inside. Stone having the horsepower on the outside, pulls Borich off the second turn as we follow the leaders down the backstretch into turn 3.
They'll be looking for the checkered flag. This time off turn 4, it's Jerry Stone out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Joey Boris runs in that second spot. He'll take second. Finishing third will be Jimmy Nace in the Camel Express. Finishing fourth is the 0 of Greg Lamy. And then we have the number 17 of Dave Kelly, followed by Frankie Kerr in the number 54.
That's right, John. Those are your top 6 finishers in that first heat. What about that Jerry Stone? He's really been coming on in the Pennsylvania area the last couple of weeks. Every time you look at a race, he's somewhere near the front.
Boy, he is certainly overdue is the word I'd have to use for Jerry Stone. He's been in here. This is his sophomore year, you might say, a second year around now for Jerry Stone. He races out of the Fixco racing team based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And it's got to be tough. You come in here to central Pennsylvania, and you're facing more than a couple of good cars. You're facing a lot of good cars, and Jerry Stone is beginning to make his mark in sprint car racing here in central Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's definitely getting his act together. Looks like the second sprint car he'll be moving on to the racetrack here, John.
We'll be right back with the lineup and the second heat for sprint cars. Okay, we're back in here. I'm Johnny Strasser along with Tommy Landis. Joining me on the tower tonight, we'll go down over the starting lineup for the second sprint car heat. Starting on the pole in the number 20 will be Bob Samso, and alongside him in the number 9 will be Brian Norhold.
Starting inside that second row, third starting position, a man doing double duty here in both the URC and the sprint cars tonight, the number 36 of Rod Ort, and starting outside that second row will be the number 14 of Barry Camp.
Third row inside in that fifth starting spot will be the number 5W, the Keene Transport car being driven by Randy Wolf.